Thanks, YouTube! Hey guys, it's Elias. Welcome to AI Cave. It's a beautiful Wednesday out. The weather in Idaho is a bit chilly, so it's an awesome day to do some modding. As always, I've been working on my modding guide, or mod list. I don't want to get the two confused. Modding guide and mod list, I think they're two very different things. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I'm doing a modular mod list. What does that mean? So basically I have an essentials module, an audio module, a graphics and visuals module, and then gameplay changes and gameplay additions. Now, doing all those of course takes a lot of time, so we're not going to get all those done today. Basically, we want to get the essentials module done and out of the way, cranked out, so that you guys can get to it before Christmas. And most of it's already done, actually. Let me show you. Alright, so what do we have here? This is the landing page of the guide. Of course, it's hosted on our official AI Cave website. I might do it on Nexus. I haven't thought about it that far yet, but definitely it will be hosted on AI Cave. The problem with Nexus is that they use BB code and we are on WordPress. So doing both of those is a little tricky, and BB code is a lot more finicky, I've learned, than WordPress. So for now it's going to be on WordPress exclusively. I might put the landing page on Nexus as well just to get some more traffic in here, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty simple for now. Visually speaking, I might need to do a bit more. These are kind of just basic images. If you're wondering why they're blurry, it's because it's optimized for search engine searches, which we might change or might not change depending on what we see as far as traffic goes. So yeah, basically right now it's on version 1.5.97 and SKSE 2.0.17. Right now that's currently a problem, which is why I haven't put it in beta yet. We might have to just revert back to 1.5.8 and 2.0.16 so that we don't have to wait any longer. Of course, all the information for how to revert Skyrim back to its old version and SKSE, it's all in here. All the information is here. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the system that I used to categorize people, basically because I want to make this guide available for everybody, for the novice, for the expert. I've made 3 tiers, 3 titles for people that this guide might apply to. So there's the journeyman, which is the beginner. They're sort of starting on this journey of modding, and they're probably going to want to follow this guide tooth and nail. So they're going to install every mod that I recommend. They're going to go through the exact installation procedures. They're only going to choose when I tell you to choose, stuff like that. Evokers are sort of in the middle of that. Most of the time they will stick to the guide word for word, but if they have a mod that they know that they like better, they'll sort of deviate from the path and stuff like that. Wizards are of course the experts. They don't need this guide, but they prefer a structured mod list that's well curated. Unlike other guides that take out mods that they don't like or they don't fit in their mod list, I'm not doing that. I'm including every mod that is popular on Nexus that I have looked through. So even if a mod has bugs, I'll include it. I'll just put it in the not recommended section, or subsequently if there's a mod out there that's really terrific, but it just doesn't fit in my mod list, I also include it in the not included section. So that way you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the whole picture when it comes to modding Skyrim, at least the popular mods. Of course, there's always going to be mods out there that I haven't seen, so if you know any as you're reading this guide, feel free to point it out to me in my Discord. So that way, if there really is a good mod out there that I missed, I'll know and I can throw it on there for the next version. Like I said, this is a work in progress. I don't like to use that word, work in development. We're always striving to make this mod list better. And yeah, any input that you provide will be terrific. Of course, we have the essentials page, which you have already seen in my last video. All of these hidden categories, they're all filled up with mods, all of them. This isn't the full thing. It's going to be huge by the time you open them all up. Lots of mods here, lots of choices, lots of options. Or not so, if you want to follow it tooth and nail. Anyway, the point is, a lot of information here, even in Essentials. Just the Essentials module, which is probably one of the smaller modules, it took me about 2 months to compile. So by the time we're talking audio and visual mods and gameplay stuff, this is going to take a long time to make, but it's going to be solid and it's going to be perfect. So yeah, like I said, today we're going to try and get this finished up. There's a few things that I have written down right here that we need to get to. I actually hung up a piece of paper on my door. It's a whole giant notebook thing. I'm quite proud of myself. It took me Took me like a good 30 minutes to mount, so we're going to use that, and I'm going to explain exactly what this guide needs before it gets into beta. Let's do it. So I actually wrote this down once already, because of course I have. I used another camera, and it was blurry as all hell. This one doesn't have autofocus on it, so it should be pretty good. So let's see here. The first thing that we have to worry about is MO2 installation. I've already done the clean installation procedure, but we need to install MO2 now on a fresh install of Skyrim SE, so I'm going to have to write about that. Next, 7-zip. I'm not doing these in any particular order. We have to write about 7-zip. A lot of you people, especially if you're a journeyman, you might not know what 7-zip is or what an archive is, so I have to explain that, and we're going to be installing 7-zip for this guide. Modlist. The modding community is polluting my mind with guides instead of modlists. This is a modlist. Essential tools, these are things like Xedit or SSE Edit, if you didn't know. Different names, same program. CK, the creation kit. Some mods are still on Form 43, which is essentially, it's the way a mod plugin is structured. Form 43 is the old RIM version. Form 44 is the new RIM one. Basically, they added some new records in Special Edition and changed some of them around. So we have to install the CK basically to revert Form 43s to Form 44s. It's a little time consuming, but it's really pretty fast. Next, we need a program called FFDEC, which stands for Free Flash Decompiler. We need that to change some interface files to be 60 FPS from 30 FPS. Fortunately, it's a really easy process. We just open up a Adobe Swift file, which all the Skyrim interfaces are stored in, and we convert those, just enter in 60 FPS and save them. Super easy. Next up, there's a mod in my mod list called SPO, or Skyrim Project Optimization. This one's going to take me a little while to explain, and I don't know if it's going to be worth it, but let's just try it. So basically, SPO, or Skyrim Project Optimization, is a mod that unloads things outside of your field of view. The default vanilla game does this already, but it basically does more. And it only works in interior cells because, I don't know. It just works in interior cells, that's the point. Fortunately, we have to use a no homes version, so no player homes. That way we can use third-party player home overhauls later on in the mod list, and we won't run into any issues. Unfortunately, the no homes version has some records that weren't converted over from USSEP or the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. So we have to manually move those over in Xedit to SPO from the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch so that the records remain the same. Next, we have a mod called INC. That's not the actual acronym, it's Improved Names Customized. It's a fudgy duff mod, and it requires a little bit of setup. Basically, you know, when you temper items and weapons in the game, it basically says legendary or fine or whatever. It only covers up to 6 or 7 names or something. This, you can go a lot higher, and it allows you to do like +1, +2, +3. So it's more like D&D or Dark Souls if you've ever played that. It allows us to go higher with the names, and it just looks a little better than the fine and legendary, I think. So that's why it's in the Essentials module. Unfortunately, Improved Names Customized is one of those mods by Fudgy Duff that requires the Skyrim script extender that he hasn't yet converted to version 1.5.97. So because of mods like INC and other SKSE plugins, we're going to have to revert the entire guide to 1.5.80. I was hoping that these mods would be updated a little quicker, but Fudgy Duff's a busy man and no pressure on him. So we're going to be changing the guide to reverting the guide back to 1.5.80 and SKSE version 2.0.16. So yeah, we got a little bit of work ahead of us, and I don't know, well, I've never done this before, but let's break into a montage. Okay, so here we are. This is the clean install page. I have gotten a lot of work done here. I've added basically everything that I said I would do. So I added the MO2 installation procedure, I added 7-zip, I added all the essential tools and everything like that. Unfortunately, it seems that there is a few more things that I need to add, just a few minor things and just some polish work that needs to be done. But other than that, I am really quite happy with it. All of it's here, and I think for the most part, the information is there. Now, what I think I will do is I think I will release it into closed beta first for my moderators on my Discord, see what they say. They have a lot of experience with this stuff, and they'll be able to tell me any issues that I have, if they have time, that is. So in the next video, we'll take care of all that stuff, and hopefully, by the end of it, we'll be able to have it open and available for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think of the new format, and of course, if you aren't subscribed, do it now. See you in the next one, guys. Have a good day.